There is one event that becomes the talk of the land every year: the admission of new students to the Forgelight Academy.
The name's Kellen. Under better circumstances, I'd say it's lovely to meet you, but you,
It's not.
you seem a bit antagonistic.
I'm Milo, and I'll stand in my seat.
My name's Beetroot. Beetroot Sunrise.
I am Dean Pomus of the Forgelight Academy. I am here to monitor your admissions into the Academy today. Anyone who is not at the Academy by exactly sundown will be permitted no entry.
I think if we just stay in the carriage, then we don't have anything to worry about.
And it just keeps tilting and slides off the front of the carriage and collapses onto the ground outside.
You saw what happened to the coach driver.
And that could very much happen to us.
We can't just leave them. Giant spider. Do not want to be here. We're not dying out here. No.
You recognize the carriage that was departing before you. Each scroll will allow a maximum of 2 persons to transfer through the ward.
There's like 8 of us, isn't there?
Yeah.
And there's 3 scrolls.
I am Juniper.
Here. Hand him the scroll.
On the table are 3 scrolls with a blue ribbon around each of them.
Oh, also, could one of you get the other horse? And then the horse and I disappear.
And a sprawling collection of marble white buildings. Everyone, welcome to the Forgelight Academy. A group of weary and nervous prospective students makes their way across the bridge. A huddle of different warriors and wizards and mages of all different types come together as they shuffle across. The only sounds that echo down into the chasm below are the shuffling of their feet and a long wailing wind that comes from the tides below. Ahead of you is the academy. At first, on the foothills, it is a low campus of single 2-story buildings. It rises up a hillside into much taller towers that seem to crest into the low-hanging clouds in the sky. The architecture is quite unfamiliar to a lot of you. It is, imagine kind of Norse architecture, so long houses, peaked roofs, tiered kind of pagoda-style things. Except instead of, what we might picture as wood and thatch, a lot of it is intricately carved marble and metal and glass that seems to be shaped in miraculous ways that you wouldn't have seen elsewhere. And it's quite remarkable here, and as the last sort of remnants of twilight seem to catch it.
Jesus Christ. So reflective. Who designed this?
You see lights start to emerge from various windows, and the academy itself starts to light up from lanterns that are lining the streets around you. And as you make your way across, I'd be keen to hear what each of you is feeling right now.
Where's Pitt?
He is limping across, probably at the back of the crowd, from where you are. I imagine you were all in a huddle together.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Gee, I hope they serve us dinner soon. I'm starving.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I just hope that they took my feedback seriously, that they need to put fences along the path that we came up. It was very dangerous, and I just...
Not doing anything about the giant spider, though? Just fences?
Well,
or the wolves?
I imagine the spiders, that's its home, so that's okay. It just needs to not eat people.
Maybe a giant spider in the woods sign, perhaps?
Yeah, I think that would be
like
really,
that.
really good. I'll mention that to
Please.
the next person I see.
As you reach the end of the bridge, there are... bracketing it on either side, what seem to be columns that seem to look as though there are 2 great stone hands that emerge and clasp the bridge on this edge. And as you peer over the edge of the bridge down into the chasm below, for anyone who doesn't suffer from vertigo, there is in fact, on the side of the cliff face on the academy side, a effigy of a giant that extends the entire way down, pretty much like those statues in the Lord of the Rings when there's like the two. I'm going to get roasted for not knowing the names of them, but there is a very large carving of a giant that is holding the bridge on this end of it.
It's a living.
And when you reach the other end, you are greeted with the sights of numerous students, existing students, luminaries of the academy. Some of them have gathered here to welcome you. Some of them are going about their business around the academy. But immediately as you get to the other end of the bridge, there is a large open square, or it's more of a circle, I guess. there is an open space
Of some geometric shape.
of some geometric shape.
Hexagon, perhaps?
Do you want to introduce hexagons into your architecture style?
I just really like them.
There is a hexagon.
Yay!
Does that make it if it's not a quadrangle, then is it a sextangle?
It's not important. It's not important. There is a large paved space.
Yeah.
And
Are the pavers marble?
Sure. Why not?
Everything is marble.
Everything
But
is
what
marble.
kind of marble?
Granite? I don't know.
Cake.
I hate this.
Everything is
It's
marble.
been so long since we've played
Everything
the
is
game.
marble.
Everyone's like, what do we do?
Everything's marble cake.
Okay, so and in the center, as these tiles radiate out from the center, there is a immense statue. It is 5 times life size of 3 figures who I would assume that all of you probably recognize, or at least the likeness of. One is a dwarf that is holding a golden sword that is angling out in one direction. The other is a gnome standing atop a sort of piece of jutting out stone that is holding a silver crossbow. And the last is an elf that is kneeling on one knee and holding a copper shield. And they're all sort of facing out in different directions. And it is a fountain. There is jets of water that are coming out from around the base of it, and it's quite a splendid centerpiece in the middle of this square. And there are other students that have gathered around here to welcome you as you come in. And there's a sort of like you can see there's an air of assessment from them. Some of them are kind of like looking you up and down and looking throughout the crowd to get a read on all of you.
Are there any looking like they might mess with us, or like getting ready to haze us?
I don't roll for a haze check. I don't know. You can do a perception check to try and get a read on them.
Yeah.
I want to check how Juniper's doing. Like if Juniper's like scared.
Yeah, he's been a bit quiet. I assume you've probably been walking near him in the group.
I'm very close to him. I'm making sure.
You only just met. Calm down.
I will protect him with my life.
It's fair.
Yeah, he's kind of taking it all in. He seems to be more stunned overwhelmed from stimulation more than anything. Mm-hmm. What did you get on your perception?
I got a 13.
Yeah, they are whispering into each other's ears, and some of them are kind of making small like smiles. Some of them are waving at you, and some of them are applauding and cheering you as you come in. But it's actually not as many as you would expect. It's not like a big gathering here to greet you. It's kind of they're going about their normal business, and it's another intake of applicants that are kind of wandering through.
Yearly occurrence. They're probably pretty used to it.
Yeah, it's the first years are coming, and they're kind of like, cool, whatever. We've got stuff to do.
Do we pass like close by the fountain when we walk through?
Yeah, well, you're actually walking up to it right now. So,
okay.
So the bridge ends. There's kind of a bit of a stairway up to it, and then it opens out into this courtyard. And the dean is actually leading you up to the base of the fountain.
Oh, nice.
Cool. Is there anything else you'd like to do before we move on?
Should we try and make a good first impression, or do something to stand out? Maybe. I don't know.
Are you okay, Kellen? You seem a bit on edge.
No. A bit nervous. I don't know about you two.
I put my arm around Juniper, and then I come in close to you, and then I put my arm around you. It's okay. If anything happens, I'm here to look after you.
Thank you. I'm sure I'll be fine, but thank you.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine.
Gently! I'm so gentle! You're very strong. Strong but gentle. Like my heart.
The crowd
Sorry.
gathers. The crowd gathers at the base of the fountain, and the dean walks to the base of it, and he puts his soapbox on the ground and hops up onto it. He's quite short, and so
love that he brings his own box with him.
To get a bit of height above everyone, he brings this with him, and he looks down. And he says, "All right, let's move on then." And as he says that, a sea of streaks of light erupt from behind the fountain. These little yellow blurs of light that seem to crackle with a little bit of electric energy, and they down amongst you, and they hit the ground around you, and they take form as these small white creatures that look to be kind of like a cross between like rabbits and bats and sugar gliders. I don't know. Something along those lines. They sort of have these long, tall, like lemur-like ears. These ones in particular have a very yellow and white sort of dappled fur, and a long tail that streaks out the back that seems to be made of air and crackling electricity. And they have these large orb-like black eyes that seem to like glint and glisten as they curiously look around. And
Walk over and just like stick my hand out and just kind of be like, "Hello there, little buddy."
it goes and bites your finger, and you get like a little like it's like the tiniest like static spark, like when you touch something, and it like backs up. It goes. And then it leaps forward and then grabs onto your sword. And then another one like leaps forward and grabs onto your bag. And they start to like pull at your stuff. And then the same thing happens to you too. All of your things, they start to like walk forward. And you can see they've collected some things from the other students. And one of them has like a sword and it's like running up to another one. And the other one's got a shield. And it goes, and they go.
Did you write gremlins into this world?
No. And the dean goes, please allow the Mephits to take your belongings. They will take them up to your dormitory where you'll be able to find them there. Hey. And the two that are sort of fighting, they sort of like look at them, and then they grab them, and then they zoom off into the air again, carrying the...
streaks of light up again.
Carrying the equipment with them.
Reluctantly like let go of the struggle and like unshoulder my pack and everything.
and two sort of like grab onto it and like shuffle around on the ground.
The one that's walking away with my sword, I go, "Hey, you!" And then I like pull out my crossbow from my boot and just like chuck it.
You don't have your crossbow.
Yeah.
Oh no, I left my crossbow behind. Oh
been
shit,
nervous.
I don't have my crossbow anymore. Damn it. So much has changed. My, how we've grown.
One shuffles up to you and it's kind of got a bit of a bent ear.
You would do that to me.
It creeps forward and it looks... what belongings do you have on you? I guess you have like a little like pack.
I got my big backpack and my shield and my sword's in my backpack. So
Cool. Yeah. It sort of, and it just sort of like reaches out like that to take your pack. And it's much shyer than the other ones.
I love it already. Yes, I take my backpack off and then... is this too heavy for you? Do you need a hand?
It jumps up and grabs it, and then it sort of struggles as it sort of flies a bit.
takes off slowly.
Yeah, it struggles a little bit.
As it's flying away. Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Yeah. And yeah, they return, and so everyone is left sort of standing without their weapons or equipment, and you feel liberated. You've been carrying these packs around throughout the entire entry exam.
Great weight
Feels
has
like
been
nothing
lifted
at all
off
for
my
me.
shoulders.
And
I sit down. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a sec. I'll just be down here, just cross-legged.
And the dean continues, I'm sure you are all very weary after your trials that you have encountered so far. You will have the evening to rest and recover before the final test in the morning. So take the time to relax, to recoup your energy. We ask that you remain inside the student quarter. Do not proceed up into the academy proper. Anyone doing so will be immediately expelled.
Can't get expelled if you're not admitted yet. Got him.
Did I say expelled? I should have said you will definitely not get into the academy.
I'll never know then.
So each of you will need to head up to the dormitories, find anyone that has space for all of you. There is no reason to pick any of them in particular, because you may be here temporarily. Yes.
Is there a bathroom?
You will find all the facilities that you need inside the dormitories that you pick.
Where are they?
I'm glad you asked. Your Lambent representative will take you through to the dormitories here. Conrad, and then this halfling steps up, and he's wearing the cloaks that the other students are wearing are a deep sort of stony blue with a dark brown trim around the side. And this halfling steps up onto the podium. Not onto the soapbox.
The dean shuffles over a little bit. They both step up, so they're both sharing.
You know what? They do that. Yeah.
The market, it's a big soapbox. There's enough they can both stand
The
up there
dean
comfortably.
steps to the side, and the halfling awkwardly steps up, and the dean is kind of unexpected. And the dean looks down and goes, "This is Conrad. Conrad will take you over to the dormitories. As I said, take your time to regain your energy. You will need it in the morning. And good luck." Conrad, the representative, steps up. He is he's a very plain-looking halfling. He's got a wide round face with a I'd say kind of like a Jimmy Neutron haircut. He's kind of got like
quiff.
this big quiff sitting on top of his head. And he says, "All right then, let's go everyone. It's going to be so much fun seeing you all in action. I loved everything that you did in your exams. We got to watch it back here at the academy, and can I say some of you have some real chops on you. Can't wait to see what you can show us. All right, if you'll all please follow me." The students start to file after him, and he sort of directs everyone.
Right before we file away, I want to just walk over to the fountain and just like take a look at the statue and then just like flip a coin in. Just take a sec, you know. We made it.
The coin flips back out.
Does it really?
Yeah.
I flick it back in again.
You go.
I pull out a bigger coin, like a silver piece this time, and I flick it in.
There's a pause. And then it comes back out.
Count.
I pull out a gold piece.
Count.
And I just go, I'm
Count.
gonna figure this out.
He doesn't come back out.
And then turn around to walk away.
You feel lucky.
That was my last gold piece.
I don't think that was a victory.
Okay, can we go? I don't see why that had to be such an issue. I just wanted to have a moment's peace.
Sorry, we're just waiting. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Okay, so you make your way through the student district, which is where you are currently. It's the lowest level of the academy, where all the student quarters are. There are shops that are open currently. It's currently holidays basically, for the term has yet to begun. As the new entrants have come in, the exam happens, you all get settled, and then the term will start soon.
Lots of freeze-dried packs of dry reef claw noodles in the market. Late night student sessions.
There's a lot happening. Everyone seems to be in good spirits around the academy. So there's shops open with students moving in and out, carrying the most amazing looking food, different things from different vendors, and there's also like students running around playing sports on fields. There's strange games happening with balls. Someone's chasing a goose around a field for some reason. There's as you're walking through, there's a couple of people riding Pegasi. Let's go Pegasi.
Pegapodes.
Yeah, these two Pegasus riders swoop overhead and buffet you with their wings as they come around. They seem to be chasing each other through some sort of course.
Do you think they have Pegasus polo here?
You could ask.
I would be very keen to find out.
You make it past some areas which look kind of like sort of practice facilities. There are straw dummies and targets and things set up, and there are people trying their skills out in hitting the dummies. People getting some last minute practice in with archery and whatnot. Out in one of the fields, you see a streak of light as a fireball straight sears past the group of students and crashes into the hillside, and you see just like a distant like.
I just like pull Juniper that little bit closer as that happens.
Is that just like a spell firing range? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. And you hear a, boys, no fireballs! What did I say? Sorry, Professor. And you move past.
Milo's taking notes.
And as you're moving through this, it's almost like a small town. It's like a small village that you find yourselves in. And something catches your eye, Milo. There's all this excitement and energy and people and students moving around and doing awesome things. But something that sticks out to you is actually an alleyway. As you're moving through the shops towards your dormitories, because there is a figure standing in the alleyway, a hunched, seems to be an old gnomish woman, wearing a tattered old cloak that seems to be looking intently at you as you walk past, and it's just a quick glance as you pass by.
I'm guessing I walk by. Can I double back to see if her?
Yep. So yeah, you walk past and then double take, and she's still there, and she is just looking at you, and then she turns and walks down the alleyway slightly, but then she stops and looks back at you.
I jog up to Conrad and I go, hey.
Oh, hey there! You're one of the people who brought the horses through. That was really cool. Only one other student's done that before. Extra credit coming your way, I'm sure there is.
Oh, fantastic. I'm looking forward to that extra credit. I'm sure we need it. Hey.
Yeah, go on ahead, everyone. I'll catch up.
What was that alleyway back there?
What alleyway?
That one. I point to where the woman was.
I don't know. It's just buildings can't all fit together neatly, can they?
I suppose. So
Got somewhere to put your garbage on there.
Yeah. Just creepy old gnomish lady. Is that?
Oh, classic. No, she's the matron. She looks after the grounds. Yeah. I feel you though, a little bit weird, but that's okay. We love her. She kind of just, we leave her to her own devices, and she doesn't usually interact with the students that much, but that's fine, She's actually the one who seems to have a bit of control over all the methods that go around and do all the things around the campus. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about her. She's not a threat. It's all good.
All right. Cool. Just hey, what's our next test gonna be like?
Well, can't tell you that sort of thing. You're already getting extra credit. Can't give you another leg up.
Please?
No.
Right.
You can give a persuasion check, I guess, or a diplomacy check.
Natural 20 on the
That was
persuasion.
the lamest like sentence. Just please rolls a natural 20. How's that for great role play, Gianni? You love that, don't you?
Oh, you chose a really great team of people.
No performance effort, but high dice rolls. That's what the people want to see.
I hate this game.
Please? Well, I see. I like it. How do your team, sir?
Oh, you're a consistent one.
I can just hear like the success ching of like playing Skyrim or Fallout 3 where it was just, there it is.
So he looks around conspiratorially and leans in and goes, yep, it's going to be first thing tomorrow morning. Let me tell you this. The first part of the exam, a lot of people drop out of that one. As expected, there's a lot of challenges in there. This one, it really serves to sort you out. That's all I'll say.
I see.
That's all I'll say. But anyway, hope you're ready to get up nice and early.
Yeah?
No.
Good night's sleep first, I hope.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Speaking of which, beds?
beds. Yes, that way.
Excellent.
And as you look back, she's still standing there.
Let's go, Cal.
Of course.
And she turns and shuffles away as you leave.
So, Conrad, tell us a bit about yourself.
Myself?
Yes, please.
You want to hear my entire backstory right now?
I
got it.
I just have no idea.
The town I grew up in.
The dean
my
said
wants,
you were.
my fears, my hidings.
How far away is
The dean said you were called a Lambert. What was this term?
Yes, Lambent. Oh,
Layman.
Lambent. Yeah,
Lambent.
you wouldn't. Sorry, I forget. Some people don't know this sort of thing. It's the lowest rank of the luminaries. So Lambent is what you will become if you're accepted in. Which I don't want to. Get your hopes up yet. But if
Hypothetically
everything is
speaking.
hypothetical, yes. If you get accepted into the academy, you will become a Lambent. If you do well, get some experience, do well on your assignments. Depending on your grades, you will be able to level up to the next rank, which is the Fulgence. We don't run off a typical academic year here. Basically, your rate of progression through the Luminaries ranks will be determined by your ability to pass the tests.
So there's not really semesters or terms or anything as such.
There are terms and semesters, and at the end of each one, there will be an exam or an assignment, depending on what subjects you're up to. And depending on how you go on those, if you pass and get enough credit, you'll be able to advance to the next rank.
Possibly realizing I really should have had a brochure or something before I came here.
Oh, don't worry, you'll have lots of time. And there's actually an information stall here in the student district, and you can always come and chat to our helpful representatives.
Is there like a little in the center of one of the intersections? There's just like a little eye with a bunch of pamphlets.
Yeah, there's an illusionary eye that's kind of floating.
To take a pamphlet.
Yeah. Anyway, I've kept you for too long. The rest of the crowd's gone ahead, so you better catch up, and we'll get you settled into your dorms.
Okay. And what time do the porters come around with the hot water for the bards?
We don't have porters here. No. The utilities will all handle themselves. Don't worry. Once you go to your rooms, you'll find comfortable bathing situations are ready for you, ready to go whenever you feel like it.
That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah. Okay. Well, great. Love that. Let's keep going. And you have followed the crowd up to the dormitories, and the two of you catch up. But the dormitories for the Lambents are in a sort of two-story building. It's quite an old-fashioned kind of long-house, two-story long house, which is probably not old-fashioned at all, but a traditional kind of appearance, I should say.
It's neo-longhouse?
Yes, but it's got these balconies out the front and rows of rooms that along them. And you see that there are other students that have collected. There's a big pile of gear on the ground that all the Mephits have just dropped everything into a giant pile. So probably not any more convenient.
So they just saved us carrying it for like a few hundred meters.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably like a 15-minute walk through the stuff. And there's a couple of remaining Mephits that are kind of scurrying through the stuff and playing. Some of them have a helmet on and they're kind of like running around, and the other ones are all laughing on the ground.
Is the bent ear one there?
No, it's not there.
I'm immediately going to run over and try and make sure that my mum's dueling sword is like safe and not just like buried and broken under a pile of packs.
Yeah, you walk in, you dig through stuff.
No, I rush over and start like yeeting stuff out the way. I'm like, where is it?
Well, there's actually not a great deal of stuff left there because a lot of the other students have collected their things while you two are delayed. And
I know what your packs look like. I'm standing next to them. It's fine.
Beetroot.
I run over into a pile and start pulling packs out, ignoring the fact that Beetroot is standing next to our stuff.
Yeah.
Hey. I like catching my things.
What? Oh, yes.
Just here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
There are Mephits catching the stuff that you're throwing by. The rest of the students have filed into dorms, and you see that a lot of them are quite full already. So are you staying with Juniper? Or are you letting him do his own thing?
Gonna make sure that Juniper gets a good room.
Okay.
And then I've completely blanked on his name. The person who was just talking to you.
Conrad.
I was like, Caleb? No. Conrad.
Friends call him Caleb.
Don't make this harder for me. Is he around? Or has he disappeared?
Yeah, so he's caught up with these two following you, and he's helping the rest of the students take their stuff into the rooms. And he says, "Oh well, look like they're filling up pretty quickly. There's a lot of you made it through this exam. That's quite impressive. Okay, let's see. Okay. Not much space in this one. Have you got any space? I've just done a quick look, and it seems that there is one dorm with space left.
Yeah, that sounds
Sure.
appropriate.
That was a very quick look.
I've been looking this whole time. Just head up the stairs there. You can see top right there, dorm 17. That'll have all your needs for rest and relaxation.
Are the bathrooms there?
Yes, in each dorm there is a bathroom.
Okay, thank you.
All right, good luck.
I'm gone already.
See you in the morning.
First dibs on bath.
Damn it.
Cool. So you make your way up, and on the second level, there are people getting the last bits of their things into their respective dorm rooms, and you make your way to the very end of the corridor, and the balcony sort of looks out over the student district. And at the very end is a stone door that has 17 on it.
Looks like ours.
I open it.
I went to knock.
Yeah.
No, I go in. I'm looking for the bath immediately.
Cool. You open it up, and you are greeted with a large circular room with about 10 beds that are positioned around the circle, but they are encased in curtains that seem to drape from the ceiling all the way down to the ground to make these kind of like little square kind of cubbies covering each one. There is also a fireplace and like a little lounge setting over on one side of the room. There is a door at the far end, which you assume leads to the bathrooms and facilities. But it's a very cozy room. Like you've gone from this exterior of hard stone and cold metal and glass, and inside there are rugs on the ground. They have the fire going. There's like a nice smell in the air of what seems to be perfume, and fixtures on the wall of that people seem to have put up, and personalizations around as well. But there are students in here already. There are 3, in fact. One is reclining on the lounge. They seem to be a human. They are quite muscular, wearing black overalls with a white t-shirt. They have a scarf around their neck and a beanie on as well. And they're reading a magazine. There is a woman who is standing over by a sort of little kitchenette kind of area. She seems to be preparing some stuff.
Reheating a pack of dried reef claw noodles.
Yeah.
Just had water.
Yeah, and she is quite tall and very, very gangly. Suspiciously so. But her abnormalities don't stop there, because she has gills on her neck and long green hair that seems to extend down her back incredibly straight. Anyone can make me a society check.
Nope. That is a 10.
Yeah, getting a 5.
13.
13? Cool. None of you are really familiar with this ancestry. So it's quite a... You've not really seen anyone with gills before. But there is a girl standing by the door, eagerly waiting to see who comes in the room. And when you do, she lets out a yes! She is fairly short she's not small, but she's fairly short as far as medium goes. She has thick silvery hair that seems to be tied up in these 2 kind of buns. A loose attempt at trying to control this wild hair that she has. She also has a glowing golden skin with what seems to be almost diamond dust freckles across her face, and glowing golden eyes. And she is wearing a colorful t-shirt and big like baggy pants, and she's clutching a staff, and she goes, yes! Oh my god, I was really hoping it'd be you guys. I was really, really excited to see all the stuff that you did. And then you were like, to the spider. And then you were like, and then you came in and you were like, big lady, very strong, and picked up the halfling and ran around. And it was so cool.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello there.
Sorry. Yes. Sorry. Hi. I'm Esther. Really nice to meet you. This is sorry.
Esther's my favorite now.
Lovely to meet you too, Esther. How are the dorms here?
Sorry. Really good.
Yes.
Are you staying here?
Yes.
I believe these are the only beds left, so
Cool.
I think so.
That's cool. That's fine.
Yeah, nice.
That's cool. And then you hear a voice from the woman in the kitchen. She's like, "Oh my God, Esther, let them relax. Come in." And she says, "Right, yes, sorry." And she sort of steps aside. And the woman turns around, and you can see that she also has this kind of shimmery, kind of metallic skin, but it seems to be more from having this like almost translucent scaliness to her. And she says, "Come in, welcome. You found the best dorm, clearly."
Yeah. Yeah.
By best you mean only, but I'm sure it's great.
I'm Celine. Really nice to meet you. This is the remaining people from this dorm. Everyone else is still on holidays. They'll be back a bit, but I guess this is what Dorm 17 can offer for you.
Oh, so you're not you didn't come in today as well?
No.
No, you guys.
Oh.
I thought we were all. I thought this was for new perspectives. No.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
sorry.
No, this is for all the Lambans.
Oh, I see.
And Esther pipes up and she says, "Yeah, and we've been here for a little while, and we've been trying to upgrade into the next rank. I haven't been able to yet, but we're gonna get there, and it's gonna be great. And anyway, Celine's really cool. She's the best. She's like super skilled, and like they almost did as good as you on the exam, Celine." And she goes, "Almost."
I love that.
Kellen, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm just standing up the back, just like overwhelmed.
Milo is smiling and nodding and walking towards the rooms. So how long have you guys been here?
Celine says, "Well, I'm probably the newest, but I'm actually the dorm leader of this particular dorm. So, no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've been here for maybe a few years, trying to get my stripes. That means nothing in this world."
I lean over to Milo and quietly like, prison rules taken out of the hierarchy.
Yeah. Esther's probably been here the longest, and Esther goes, "Yeah, I haven't been able to make it up yet, but I'm trying."
Oh my God, I love her so much.
Can I ask you a quick question, Esther? And I point over to where the ring of beds is, and I go, which way does the sun come up in the morning from here?
Oh, well, we can change the windows to make them brighter or darker, whatever you like,
Oh, okay.
or whatever color you want, even.
Wow, cool.
Do you want it to be a deep
Don't
bright?
you dare.
A nice warm blue.
A nice warm blue. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter which bed I take then.
I'm taking this one, and I take.
And then you hear a, "No, you won't.
Why not?
It's mine."
Okay, I'm taking this one.
I said it's mine.
I said I'm taking this one.
Oh, well then, you can take that one.
I will take that one.
And the individual on the couch leans back down and goes back to the magazine.
Who are you?
And Celine pipes up and she says, "Don't mind them. That's Robin. They think they're part vampire." Robin on the couch sits up and goes, "I am part vampire. Thank you very much." And then goes back to the magazine.
Edgy.
Yeah, look.
Lord.
I walk over to an
everyone.
unoccupied bed, and I loudly announce, "Does anyone in this room, presently or otherwise, have a problem with me taking this specific sleeping spot?" Good. I put my back down.
Esther goes, "This one's mine. Do you want to be next to me?"
Sure.
Okay.
That would be nice.
Cool. So you all spread out and take a bed that seems to be not occupied. As you open the curtains that are surrounding each bed,
Is there like a space? Like, is there like is it actually literally the bed frame, or is it like there's like a little
Yeah. Okay. So
roomy
sorry.
space?
Yeah, I should clarify. It's you don't actually see the beds. There's basically like a
Partitioning.
yeah. There's like a
Partitioning.
partitioning hanging down. That's sort of like a column for each sort of designation.
Probably a terrible metaphor, but more hospital style.
Yeah, more hospital style. Which as you open up each one, you realize why it's like that, because inside is actually a bedroom for each of you. So as you open it up, it is actually bigger on the inside. And,
Are there any plants in there?
Sorry,
Are there any plants in the bedroom?
not currently.
Sorry, did you say that they were like bigger on the inside as in magically enhanced in space?
Yes.
How much bigger?
It's like a bedroom size. So what looks to be from the outside the size of a bed with curtains around it. You open it up and there is a
room.
sizable bedroom in there with enough space to fit a double bed, a reading chair, other things around it.
Nice.
But it's basically your own little private quarters. But they're quite close together.
So what's in the one that I like open up and
Well, they're pretty bare at the moment. There's a bed, there's a reading chair, a small bookshelf, and a bedside table, and
Nice.
that's the extent of it. There's no customization in there yet. That is up for you to put anything you like.
I'm
in there.
gonna dump my bag down and then. Do you mind if I just very quickly go to the bathroom? I won't be long, I promise.
I don't.
And I go. And go to the bathroom. And then when I come back out, very shortly, moments afterwards, the patch on my shirt is damp again.
We know what it is, Claire. You don't need to.
They don't. They haven't seen it.
Okay.
I'm too awkward to ask.
Okay.
I definitely notice. I'm too awkward to ask.
I'm very sneaky.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I am
Can
extremely
you do a slide of
sneaky.
frog check for me?
I love that. Is there such a thing as
Slide of
belligerent anti-metagaming?
Yeah.
Of course.
Would
If
this
you can
be-
roll for it, yes.
Would this be under stealth or thievery? Because thievery
It'll
would
be thievery because it's like you're concealing something.
That's gone into the
course.
netherworld.
Yeah.
Do I? Oh, well.
This-
Why do I keep doing this to myself?
Why do you keep rolling it under the?
It's a 13.
13.
19.
Okay, that's pretty good. What are your perception modifiers?
My perception is.
Or your DC?
Where is my perception? It would be, what, 5? My perception's 5. What's the DC?
So plus
then?
10.
Okay.
Yeah. So
15.
basically with Pathfinder, any DC is can be calculated just as the modifier plus 10. So if you have a modifier of plus 3 to your perception DC is 13.
Okay, 15 then.
Because that you don't usually have a case where you're rolling against, like you wouldn't do a perception roll against a sleight of hand action. You would whoever is taking the action will roll against
It doesn't
a DC,
roll against
a
roll.
passive,
Yeah.
a passive
Okay.
DC. Yeah. Cool. So you're in the clear. No one seems to notice. So you can take your time to get settled in here. Is there anything in particular you would like to do, or anyone you'd like to talk about in particular?
I drop my things. Is there do I see like a towel or something? Like is there like linens or like?
Yeah. So
Cool.
so you have the essential.
This is possibly too granular. I grab a towel. I walk back out of my bedroom partition and I stroll over to where Celeste is and I say, Celine, sorry. I say, baths.
That way.
Thank you. Is there a trick with the hot water? Is it one of those single tap systems that's do I need to know anything in particular?
She reaches forward and puts a hand on your shoulder and she goes, "I'm sure you'll figure it out."
Okay.
And then she goes back and she's like, she's got a bowl of soup now and she goes and sits down on the couch and starts eating it. She goes, hey, we were thinking of going down to the tavern tonight. There's some end of holiday games and stuff happening down there if you want to come. Up to you though.
We're allowed.
I know you might want to rest and recover and stuff, which is, totally up to you as well.
You don't think we're cool?
I'm explicitly saying I don't think you're cool.
Well then.
But I mean, whatever. You can come if you want.
Esther, are you going to go?
I'll go if you guys go.
I'll go if you go.
And while they're figuring that loop out, I'm going to take a bath.
Esther, do you think we're cool?
Yeah. You guys almost aced the entrance exam, or at least the first part of it.
I poke my head back out. What do you mean almost?
We got the horses.
Yeah.
What did we miss?
Well, you didn't get as many points as Celine did, so that's kind of the bar that I hold everything to.
What could we have gotten more points for?
I don't know. You just didn't get enough points.
What could we have gotten points for, though?
I don't know. I didn't watch all of you all the time. There were other things happening. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Just wonder if we could do better. That's all.
I'm sure you'll figure it out at some point, or they'll tell you explicitly, especially if you don't make it in, which won't happen because you're pretty cool.
I think all that matters is that we all did the best that we could.
You hear Celine chuckle.
There's just, in response, there's just the sound of a tap turning on in the other room.
And then Robin says, still reading their magazine, in the end, we're all just cogs in the machine, and, you're just another victim in this whole operation, and it doesn't even matter. So you can get whatever points or whatever grades you want. It doesn't matter, okay? Just shut up.
I'd love to be very pessimistic, but there's a lot of hot water in here right now, and it's making it very hard.
How long have you been here, Robin?
I don't know. I don't care.
Why are you still here if you don't care about it?
Because I have to be or something stupid anyway.
Why do you have to be?
Because I have to serve a higher purpose or something. I don't know.
As a vampire.
Part vampire.
I was a part vampire.
Yeah.
Why do you have a higher purpose?
Look, I don't really want to get into it right now.
Okay.
I don't even know you.
Do you want to get to know me? Because you seem nice, and
Do I look like I want to get to know you?
I don't know. That's why I asked.
My head hurts.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Milo's going to cast a cantrip to have
Oh my god.
a beam of sunlight from the window just like careen over towards
I am
Robin.
I'm
Just
going to school
observing.
with trolls, like
you not?
straight up.
That is the most evil thing.
I'll try and do it a bit sneaky.
I hate this. I'm just trying to make
No respect.
friends.
No respect. None
I
at all.
need to
And
know.
you're
I
all
need
like,
to see.
How many points did I get? I'm like, cool. And I'm just like, it's nice to make friends. Like, oh my god.
You are going to, brutal... What you are doing is attempted murder.
No.
And we've been here about 4 seconds.
Part vampire. You are putting a sunbeam on a part vampire.
It's a cantrip. It's not actual sun.
Is it just, what is it, like prestidigitation but sunlight or something?
Yeah.
Do you have a specific
Prestidigitation.
spell?
Yeah, it's prestidigitation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So you do this, and a little peak of sunlight comes through one of the windows, and it just rests on their forearm. And as they're reading the magazine, they look down. What are you doing?
Just making testing.
You think this is funny?
No, just
You think, oh, they're a vampire, so they must be reacting to sunlight or something. What are you expecting me to do? Turn to stone?
no. I'm wondering, seeing if anything happens.
Oh, so I'm just an experiment to you? I'm just
Milo, I
something
think you
and you're
should
a scientist?
apologize. That wasn't very nice.
Right, I'm sorry. That's just a bit of sunlight.
You better be out of here tomorrow. We're going to have a problem.
Oh, I think we already do.
Cool.
It seems.
I'm glad that we have a problem then.
Cool.
Cool. Great.
Just hear echoing
I
from
am
the other
having
room.
Esther says, well, I think we're all going to get along really well.
I think so too. Do you want to go to the tavern now?
Yeah, well, why don't we wait for Kellen to finish his shower? And
Kellen, do you want to come to the tavern
It's like
with
the
us?
sound of psh, like the steam opens. It's like this is steam walk out, and I
Wait, are you...
assume I'm
towel.
dressed. Right?
That was a quick bath.
There was a lot of awkward silence.
We cut like 20 minutes of awkward pauses. I walk out and I just say, now that I've washed all that tension off, you're just going to put it all right back on again, are we? Great. Wonderful.
Did you want to go to the tavern?
Celine, tavern, let's go.
Yeah, all right. And she chucks the ball down.
I see you're looking for approval from the coolest kid in the room.
Prison rules.
So the others grab their things. Robin ends up deciding that they want to come after all, and so they back up the magazine, and the rest of them grab some coats and things, their cloaks, I should say, which they leave hanging up by the door, and they each put each of their cloaks on, and you notice that they have different colored clasps on them. Esther has a copper clasp on her cloak. Robin has a silver clasp on theirs, and Celine has a gold clasp on their cloak. But they shoulder them all on, and Esther runs up to you and says, "Look, cool cloaks, huh?"
They're really nice.
Yeah, it has pocket dimensions. And she reaches into the cloak and pulls out just a whole array of things. Like,
I'm so glad pocket dimensions are coming back in fashion.
Yeah,
For the longest
really
time,
cool.
it was all about pocket bags, and
Yeah.
now I just really like that pocket dimension pockets are coming back.
you
as
know,
well.
we used to have to carry around like big backpacks and everything, but now you can just like squeeze everything in there. It's great.
Nice.
So you make your way down to the Fainting Fawn, which is the name of the university, the academy bar, essentially, which is down in a field separated from the main cluster of buildings in the student quarters. There's a small creek that runs down, and you can see a few students that are heading down there now for the start of the evening.
Does it look like all the students go everywhere all the time with their cloaks on, or like do they choose to wear them or not wear them, or are they pretty much
they're pretty
non-optional?
much uniform.
Okay.
So they like people around the academy are wearing just pretty much different types of armor and clothes and things like that. But yeah, the one thing tying them all together is the cloaks on their shoulders.
Are there any other perspectives heading down there as well?
Yeah. There's a few different ones. There's not many though. Like
Okay.
you can tell that probably the majority of the perspectives are in their dorms
Suckers.
still. Yeah. And Esther goes, this is like probably a pretty good opportunity for you guys to make a real impression with all the other students and stuff. Like getting to mingle with everyone is pretty cool.
Is that important for the test tomorrow?
I actually don't. I don't know about your test tomorrow. It's I can't say anything about that.
I didn't realize it might be a popularity test. I'm not good at those.
Oh,
You got your flips ready?
yeah. Do we want to make an entrance? How do we want to play this?
I don't know if we need to make an entrance.
We only get
can.
to make a first impression once.
So fine.
I mean, you can't wipe the memory of everyone in a tavern, can you?
no.
We only get to make a good first impression once.
All right. Cool. All right. So you get the flips ready.
Yeah, sure.
All right. I'll get a little bit of.
Why don't we just try going into the? Why don't we just follow Celine's lead and play it cool?
Okay. What's Celine doing?
She says, "Look, I'm probably gonna drop you weirdos as soon as I get in there, just so you know."
I appreciate your brutal honesty.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Esther, do you want to still hang out?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm not a very good drinker, but I can try.
Do they have things that aren't alcoholic?
Oh yeah, like apple juice and orange juice and soda water and whiskey and grape juice.
Whiskey's
and,
not alcoholic?
Is it?
What?
What?
I'm so confused.
Oh my god.
Whiskey
That
is
explains so
alcoholic.
much. Anyway, and down at the Fainting Fawn, you see a squat kind of round building that is sitting on the edge of the creek bank. It's surrounded by sort of grassy fields that are around it, and there's a few students out there hanging out. There's a few standing around barrels, having a equivalent of a pipe. I was going to say a vape, but that's just a pipe.
What's it? Like they're smoking of some variety?
Yeah,
Is it like
yeah.
shisha
I
as
don't know.
well?
Yeah, fantasy pipes, which are just a
Fantasy
thing.
drugs.
I like to think they have wizards have invented vapes.
Yeah. They've got
They've got a
vapes.
little pocket dimension of smoke, and you just so they can because they're a pocket dimension of smoke, you can just rip impossibly long clouds. Like you can just exhale for 20 minutes.
Or it's just like a rune that just produces vapor. Just like
It's a rune of mist.
a vaping rune. Just
Why are we doing this? Why is this?
So there's students mingling around outside and playing in the fields and whatnot. But the tavern itself has large structures on top of it that kind of look like horns that are curling around the top of it. And out the front there is a sign that says the Fainting Fawn. And there is a fawn actually standing on a stepladder trying to scrub out where someone has basically graffitied the signpost on the tavern. You see there's kind of like a emblem on the top of it, which is a simplified version of a what looks to be like a roguish fawn. Like it's kind of got like the classic bandit mask and a cloak and like a dagger, kind of like this. But someone has written on the signpost. They've changed fainting from EI to AI on the hanging sign, and the fawn is scrubbing it out and trying to revert it to fainting, as in the roguish fainting.
Yeah, I'd just stroll in, see what the lay of the land is.
Cool. As you're approaching, you
but like
try to open the door, and the door is like it seems to be like stuck a little bit.
Oh. Do I feel like it's pushing back again? Like, is there someone on the other side?
No,
or?
it just feels like it's jammed.
I'm gonna like give it a good shove.
Cool. You shove it. The door, with an easy shove, swings open and slams on the other side. And the fawn on the stepladder immediately goes and falls off the stepladder onto the ground.
I'm gonna try and catch it.
Cool. Make me a reflex save.
14.
You dive to try and catch them, and they fall through the air. And as you put your arms underneath them, they're quite a bit heavier than you expected. And the two of you come crashing down onto the ground, and you find yourself collapsed in a heap. And the fawn is kind of like almost like paralyzed, like frozen in place, before immediately going.
I'm so sorry.
Damn it again! And he stomps over to the door and like adjusts the hinges on it and like tries to push it. He says, "I've got to get this damn thing fixed."
Like I said, I'm very sorry.
Welcome to the Fainting Fawn. Please come on in.
Thank you.
Do you need a hand cleaning the sign? The sign. Do you need a hand cleaning it? Where?
I mean, yeah. If you got time.
I got it.
Sure.
No, don't worry.
Oh.
It'll just prestidigitation, clean it.
Oh, okay. And then yeah, the letters like change, and you can tell like from your magic that they were actually magically altered. That's why he wasn't able to get it off. And so yeah, it reverts back. And he goes, "Oh, that's much better." Okay. Well, come on in. You haven't seen you around here before.
Yeah, we're new.
New students. Great. Perspective, of course. Well, could be your last night. Make it a good one. Inside is a very it's a very stark contrast to the outside. The outside was quite peaceful, and there was crickets and cicadas, and it was the peaceful night air. Inside there is instantly a wave of music and chatter and loud noises. The tavern seems pretty full in here. There's students at every table. Doing all sorts of activities. Some of them are drinking, some of them are eating. There seems to be a very intense game of dice that's happening over in one corner with this goblin. There is a couple of people playing darts in one corner, throwing darts. There's someone up on stage that seems to be like delivering the last of a comedy set. They say, anyway, and then I said to them, I would do that, but I'm out of spell slots. And then everyone just like bursts out laughing in the tavern and completely like loses their shit. And then there's like a like rumbling of applause as they like step up and you hear, thank you. Yeah.
Is it like open mic night or something down here, or is this?
Yeah. Well, last couple of days of the holidays, everyone seems to come down here, and I don't know what his accent is. It's fine. Last few days of the holidays, everyone comes down here and seems to just let their hair down a little bit. So, yeah. So tonight we have a few things on. If anything takes your fancy, you can find any of the games around here. Chance to test your mettle. We do have a talent show happening currently, as you can tell. Talent I use very loosely in this context, but the one thing guaranteed to have a good time is to buy some drinks from the bar.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Great. Cool. Well, Ian will sort you out. And you look behind the bar, and there is a large burly man sort of standing there quite stoically, just watching the comedy act, and who only seems to crack a slight smile when the punchline is delivered. Tell him whatever you want. He'll get what you need.
Okay.
And Celine goes, I'll see you around. And slinks off
before
to...
you go, quickly. What's good here?
The blackberry fire dwarf.
You're messing with me, aren't you?
Yes.
Don't get that one. Don't get that one.
I go up to the bar. I'm assuming with Esther because I go everywhere with Esther now.
Would you say you formed an unshakable bond?
Yes. I mean, in the next moment I see Juniper, it'll be a shakeable bond. You know,
I see.
This is what happens. Excuse me, could I have 2 glasses of apple juice, please?
And Ian steps forward, and you realize how big he is at this moment.
How big is he compared to me?
Good question. He might be on par with you.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Not
All right.
intimidated.
I forgot how tall you are. Yeah.
How could you possibly?
Yeah. So he goes, coming right up, and puts them out, and it's a negligible amount of money, a couple of coppers. But yeah, you put that out for him. What can I get you?
Can I buy a drink, Milo?
Pardon?
Can I buy you a drink? What would you like?
Oh, sure. I don't know. Whatever you're having is fine.
Oh, okay. Tell me about your port vintage tawnies. Can I see your selection?
I'm sorry, what?
Your wine list. Fortifieds? Do you have any?
Wine list?
Yes.
You would.
We've got red.
Red's fine. Yeah.
I see.
Red's fine. Yeah. Yeah.
Just 2 ales, please.
Oh, okay.
This ain't some fancy city bar, you know.
I mean, the streets are paved with marble. I had high hopes, but here they are being dashed.
Most students coming here, they just want ale, just jugs and jugs of ale.
I'll have one of those, please.
Good.
I clink my glass of apple juice with Esther and start drinking.
Yeah. So you find a table.
Can we, what's the lay of the land table-wise? I want to see if there's, groups and,
Oh my God, why?
I want to find...
Yeah,
I want to find
so there's the jocks, there's the nerds.
Yeah.
There's the drama kids.
No. Corner table.
Yeah, okay, cool, yeah. You sort of lurk around. I think Robin probably immediately snags a corner table just in a shadowy corner and goes, this'll do, and sits down, and they pull out a magazine again and start reading.
And we assume we're invited to the table and all sit down.
Yeah. You'll head over and make your way and sit.
So what's a tawny?
Well, it depends. It's either a bird or a drink, depending on where you're from.
Okay. Cool. What kind of drink is it?
Well, they have big wings and... Oh, I see. It's like wine, but more.
Okay.
It's a. Do you know, I don't know, actually. My aunt had a lot of it, and it was quite tasty.
Fair enough. I haven't had a lot of experience with drinks either, as you can probably tell. But so you live with your aunt?
Yes. She's the baroness of the, or duchess, I should say, of the town where I grew up.
So you're used to that fancier stuff.
It was a modest mansion, nothing too extravagant.
A modest mansion. Yeah. I haven't heard of that before.
Look, I was a ward. I enjoyed the privileges of staying there, I admit, but let's just say it wasn't a wholly pleasant experience.
That's fair. How about you, B?
What do you mean?
What was your life like? Where are you from?
Oh, just all over. I've traveled around a lot. Don't really.
Like where?
Stables hither, stables yonder.
Just most of the places that have roads. But what about you, Esther? Where are you from? I don't know if this is weird to say, but I've never seen anyone who looks as pretty as you, and I don't. Sorry if that's weird to say.
It is a bit weird to say, isn't it?
Um,
Sorry, I was just trying to be nice. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Yeah, I don't know. I've been here at the academy for a long time, and
You all right?
yeah. Sorry, I've just bit of brain fog. No, that's okay. Well, obviously, I am Azamar, which is a very fancy word for saying that I've got a bit of celestial bloodline. Yeah, but it's cool. I don't really remember who. Anyway, you said you went to other places. What kind of places with roads and stuff?
I look at you both.
Oh, hey, the drink's here.
What is happening?
Robin kind of looks like from behind the magazine, and they say, we try not to ask Esther about her past. It's kind of a weird thing.
We noticed.
Esther, what things do you like to do for fun around here?
Ooh, I really like riding the horses. It's a lot of fun, and do a lot of magic. I think, yeah, lots of magic. It's really cool.
What kind of magic?
Well, I blast things, and I go, pew, 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 and things go. Pew.
I spin a sword around really well.
That's so cool. You should go on the talent quest.
Oh, no.
Oh, go on. You did really cool stuff.
I sort of need an opponent to that's kind of my whole thing.
Yeah.
I need someone to fight.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure someone would fight you in here. Does anyone want to fight? Is that what you need?
What happens when you say that?
Everyone just sort of like stops and looks, I think, quite confused over in your direction. Looking at you specifically.
Are there any? Does anybody want to have a? No, you're not. It's silly. Don't mind me. I'm actually going to. If you want to come along, Milo, maybe we could go have a look at some of these games. And see what was going on around these tables.
All right,
let's go have a look around.
Let's go.
You can take a pick as to which one you think you might
have
want to
around
participate.
I'm thinking dice.
Oh,
You
okay.
know?
I'm no good with chance games. I get too eager and I overbet.
Oh, well, that's the fun of it. Just the chance.
Until you run out of money.
That's a good point. Would you like to come be?
I'm mostly good at picking up things that are heavy. I might just sit here with my apple juice and hang out with Esther.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I reckon you could dance pretty good.
Do you want to go up and dance?
I'll dance if you dance.
Okay, let's go and dance.
Okay.
You can dance if you want to. You know, you can leave your
Shut
friends
the
behind.
fuck up.
And Robin says, "Please do." There's a lizard folk woman who is over at the darts, and a few people are watching her ace, sort of bullseye after bullseye after bullseye. And as you sidle up
Straight
into
up
the ring,
confidently and be like, "Excuse me, is there room in the set for me to whip out these hand crossbows and have a little?"
What?
First impression, real good.
you know, you must be new here. All right, I'll hear you out. And she grabs the darts from the wall and passes you 3 darts. And she goes, 3 darts, whoever can get the highest score.
Me first?
Yep, so I will get you to make 3 unarmed ranged attacks. No, sorry, not armed, just like simple proficiencies, whatever you would be using for throwing daggers. So I think just simple. Yep. So simple ranged attacks. And tell me what your highest is.
I have +7. Oh, not that one. That one is pretty good. And okay, so that was a 2, 12, and a 17.
2, 12, or 17. All right.
Uh-oh. That was a natural 20, wasn't it?
No. 8. That is going to be a 23. So.
Oh, hang on, I didn't add anything to those. Whoops. Sorry. That was a 9, 18, and a 24. No.
Okay.
Yeah, 24.
24? Okay, cool. So the last one. So 16 for the last one. So she steps up. Your 3 darts are into the board, and one of them gets quite close to the bullseye. And then she steps up, and one of them lands right next to yours, but it is just outside of the circle where you've landed. You put it through, and she goes, "It's not bad, actually. It's not bad."
Wow. You know, what can I say?
Cool. So with this, with each of these activities, there's going to be like a persistent thing throughout this game, which is because you're going to be spending a lot of time at the academy. You will basically have a reputation that will go up or down with certain groups. So depending on what you do at the school and who you do it with and who you impress and who you piss off, there will be certain sliders that happen, which may cause certain events to happen. So that's all going to happen in the background, so don't worry.
That's literally in The Sims 3.
We are in a sim, basically. We're in a slice life sim. So that's all going to happen in the background. So don't worry too much about it. But so
You're in with the jocks now.
just so you know,
The darts people?
yeah. This is the the Telltale games. Like
Darts crew will remember
Yeah,
that.
you get a reputation point. All right, let's go then to the dance off. The dancing, I should say.
What?
It's a trap. Be run.
I'm not competitive. What's going on?
Cool. So, you're playing. There's like a jaunty jig that's moving a few people around. Esther immediately sort of drops her staff down at the stuff, and she jumps straight into it and starts, swinging around with other people. And people start to notice you because you are
Big.
quite big, and you recognize that there are a few people watching as you're dancing. And Esther goes like, "Pete, you got some fans. Show them something."
Okay. I'm gonna start doing basically like some form of Irish style dancing, and it's a familiar dance for me.
Okay.
It's one that I clearly have known for a long time.
Okay.
But if you would like me to do a roll.
Yeah. Is this a technically difficult dance, or is it more about like the embellishments on it? Like.
It's a jig.
Okay.
Is what it is. So it's not like it has to be hitting marks like perfectly. It's not super sharp or anything. It's just fun, and like this is the thing you would like. Nice footwork that you're doing if you're all holding each other and running around in a circle kind of
Okay,
thing.
cool. I will get you to make. You can either make a acrobatics or a performance check. In that case.
We'll do acrobatics. Though I do have.
So your feet move quite quickly, and you try and keep in time with the music to try and do quite a spectacle. And the crowd seems to be gaining momentum with you as you do it as well. What'd you get?
13.
13.
I get nervous.
You get
with
nervous.
everyone looking at me.
Everyone is watching you, and as soon as Esther sort of points this out to you and backs off, you realize like it feels like you're standing in
with a
an empty
spotlight on me.
space with a circle of people around you judging you, and you start to
Supposed to dance together, not by myself.
you start to stumble a little bit and lose your rhythm and lose your tempo.
At which point I'm gonna go back to my apple juice.
Yes. So you immediately just like stop dancing and just walk straight off.
Yeah.
And as you walk away, you turn back and people are dancing and still moving around and stuff. And so like there's a potential that you may have exacerbated the situation in your mind. But yeah, it's
Because I have anxiety.
You return and sit down, and Esther kind of like is looking to like the group of people who are dancing and to you walking back, and she's not entirely sure what to do, but she'll
I give her a thumbs up,
she'll like
and then I'm drinking my apple juice.
okay, and then she turns and goes back to dancing, and then which leads us to a table in the corner where a goblin is staring down Milo.
Milo tries to make as much eye contact as possible while clambering up the stool.
Really stare down your opponent. You know, it's important.
Right. And the goblin across the table from you turns to you and says, "Consider yourself a gamer."
I play.
Okay. Played 13s before?
No.
No. Cool. So he explains the rules to you, which is as follows. I'm going to do this in a normal voice because it'll be so much harder to do it in character, because I'll have to use metagaming terms. So basically, you have 3 dice. You're going to have to buy in. So this is a gambling game. So it will cost you 10 silver pieces.
10 silver pieces. All right, I'll put down 10.
The game is very simple. You roll 1 dice at a time in secret. As the dice come out, you will each have a chance to raise, check, or fold, basically, after each dice. So you'll roll up to 3. The aim of the game is to get 13, or as close as you can to 13, without going over 13. So at the end of the 3 rounds, whoever is closest to 13 will receive the pot that's in the middle.
With their total dice roll.
With the total
one at a
dice
time.
roll, yeah.
Got it.
You will only win if you're over 13 if the other player folds. So even if you roll over 13 in your progression, you can still keep playing. If you convince them to fold, you'll win the pot. The only other rule is that if you roll a triple, that counts as a 13. That's how the game works. With the added twist that you can try and sleight of hand one of your dice if you so choose. Doing so, you can do so each round. Each time you roll a dice, you can try and sleight of hand it, which will allow you to either roll it again or choose what number you want it to be on a critical success. Yep. Cool. So, you're putting 1 in. All right, and then you basically roll 1 dice at a time. So, cool. You can start.
I will raise 2 then.
I will check.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I will raise to 4.
I'll call it. Cool. He'll raise by 1.
Okay, so to 5. All right, this is getting high stakes. I'll raise it to 7.
You're crazy. I'll fold.
Cool. So you've put in 4. No, wait. Did you go to 5?
5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you went to 5. So so you're down to 4 now.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So what did you get at the end?
I got 12.
I got 12 as well. All right. Round 2.
Round 2. Cool.
I will raise to 2.
I'm going on all in. Yeah. 4.
Oh, yeah, because you have 4.
Yeah.
You're all in.
I'm all in.
Okay. Well then. In that case, we get to roll the rest of our dice, I guess.
Cool. What'd you get?
I'm going to try and sleight of hand this. Oh, no. What's your perception DC? It was 4, wasn't it?
Yeah, 4.
Oh, no. You see him... you see a 4th dice roll out of his sleeve at the last second.
Put that back.
Put what back?
The 4th dice.
I only have 3 dice.
Look, I'm new, but I'm not stupid. Come on. Come on.
Listen here. You make a fuss out of this, you're never coming back, okay? Just play it. Just play it.
Just play it. No. No, I saw you cheat. I know what I saw. Milo is going to look him dead in the eye and say, look, it's bad luck to cheat. You know this.
You're easy pickings. Small fries come in here thinking they're hot shots.
I just came to play a game, but you seem to be trying to take us down a notch.
Look, this is the way it works, okay? This is the natural picking order. Pleasure doing business. And he reaches and grabs the pot of all the coins and slides it into his purse.
Milo's just going to sit there.
Thanks for the game.
Milo's just going to sit there for a while, just silent.
And I'm going to wander over all cheerful and I go, well, I aced my game. How did you go?
I sucked.
The apple juice is good.
So the night goes on. You do well not to cause any disturbances amongst the crowd here, but you seem to have made a bit of a ripple. You've made a name for yourself in some circles, so that's something.
At some point, I'm going to go outside and find some source of light outside and try and catch some bugs from the light source.
Okay. Yep. There is definitely a lantern outside
Yep.
the.
So I'm just going to be standing under that for a little bit, and anytime people are walking past, I'm just hi. And then as soon as anyone goes away,
Everyone probably gives you strange looks as you're like kind of just like reaching up and.
I only do it when no one is looking.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
you awkwardly stand there.
That's much better than what I'd pictured, which was just you standing in front of the light and then occasionally just... just like... And then you just from underneath your shirt.
No.
Yeah. Cool. So you can collect a couple of bugs if you like. But before too long, the night is getting on, and you do feel quite tired considering the fact that of what you've done literally that day.
Talk to me again about being sociable, but like having immediately done one good sociable act is like, oh God, thank God, we made an impression. Can we go to bed now?
Yeah, we did it. So you all head back.
Especially now that Celine's not interested in like they didn't notice at all that we were being cool. So it's like, well, why am I even trying?
They don't care. Yeah.
Yeah.
Callan's like not even.
Yep. So cool. Yeah. So you head back to your dorm. It seems like Esther and Robin pack up and come with you as well, but Celine stays out a bit longer, it seems. You return to your quarters. So tell me about like what you do as like a routine to get comfortable and settle in, and you've now got a room to your own. So how do you want to settle in for the night?
I'm gonna go to the bathroom with a bowl. Then I'm gonna come back and the bowl's got a bit of water in it. Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna say anything about that. And I'm gonna take it back to my room.
Is there a chance to notice this at all?
I'm not overtly trying to hide it. It's just
you probably noticed Beetroot carrying a bowl of water.
And I have a damp patch on my chest.
Yeah.
Not to establish too much canon from the last episode, but just immediately. I think Callan's propensity for like passing out is like
didn't even change. Just flop down on your bed.
You're like, how does that sound reverberate through these curtains
How many drinks did the two of you had? I know you weren't drinking.
I probably had like 3.
Okay. So you didn't get
not
too
drunk,
rowdy.
but
Yeah.
a little buzz.
Good to know. Cool. So you just go straight to bed. Yeah.
Hey, B. What you up to?
I'm getting ready to go to bed.
With
Good night. And I go into my room. Close the curtains.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night, Esther. It was really nice meeting you. And
Yeah, you too. I'm really excited that you're going to be in our dorm. It's really fun.
I really hope that we pass the test in the morning so
Yeah,
that we
I'm
can
sure you
stay
will.
here.
And then we can be students together. It'll be so fun.
It sounds like it will be fun, yeah.
You hear a groan from the other one. Ugh.
Good night, Robin. Sleep well.
Bye.
Are you going out again?
No, I don't want to say good night, so I'm saying bye.
Oh, if you didn't want to say good night, you could just say night. That also works, I
Oh
guess.
my
but
god, I'm
bye.
done. And then the curtains are gone.
I'm saying all of this through the curtain as
Yeah,
well
yeah.
because.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, Milo, and that's gonna be fun.
Good night.
And you all put your heads down to sleep and finally get a well-deserved rest. Milo,
Yes.
you are woken with a start as
Creepy old woman.
Please no.
as you realize that someone is in your chamber. And they grab you by the shoulder and wake you, and that's what has woken you to a start.
Immediately casting light.
The room fills with light, and
Is it like outside the curtains are just like glowing? A
yeah,
little?
you see but instantly you see the tall figure of Celine, and she goes, "God, what? Oh, why? Oh, turn that off."
Sorry, I'll dim it to a lot more of a subtle glow.
Yeah, and she says, "Get up. I got something for you."
Okay.
And you head outside. The other two of you have an equally rude start as Celine has already brought you out into the common area. And Milo, you join these two.
Mug of something. Is there tea and coffee in the dorm?
Sure. Yep.
Yeah.
You can brew some tea.
Wait, so I thought that was going to be like a private room, and my frog was in the bowl of like water next to my bed. Did Celine
She probably saw a frog.
say anything?
She
Do
hasn't- she
anything?
hasn't said
Okay.
anything.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
The secret's out. But with the like least likely to exposit person that we could have picked. Possibly Robin. But you know.
She holds up an envelope. She looks like she's in her bedclothes as well, and she looks just as tired. She is potentially a bit hungover as well.
Is this part of the test? Is this the whole deal?
Well, that's what I wanted to wake you up about. I've received some instructions, and she holds up an envelope. And looking outside, you can tell that it is like early hours of the morning. It is like 2 or 3 o'clock.
They really meant early, didn't they?
And she holds out the envelope to one of you and says, someone came by and gave me this to pass on to you. I figured you'd probably want to get on it.
Yes, please. I'll take that. And with his glowing hand of light, he'll scooch over to everyone else and illuminate it so we can read.
God, turn it down a little, please.
And so you open up the envelope, and there is just a single card inside with a couple of lines of script on it that reads,
Finally, the time has come to reveal your hidden fates. Delve into the chasm's darkness, where your final test awaits. And there's a map at the back.
a small map of the academy grounds, and then there is something marked on the edge of the chasm near the bridge where you came in.
All right, I'll go gear up. I'll just be a minute.
Is it like an X marks a spot?
Yeah. So you have directions to the location that's been marked.
It's convenient. They didn't do that last time.
No, they didn't. Cool.
And Celine says, "Well, this is it. Good luck." And she goes back to bed.
It's fair.
Gonna go get my sword and my shield and get out of my pajamas.
Milo will prepare his raggedy spells.
Kellen is going to prepare as usual, but then takes a look at the old dueling sword that he's got on the bed, and then looks in the trunk And pulls out the big sword and just goes and clips it on and walks out.
Oh, I almost forgot. Milo's going to grab a bowl, put some hazelnuts inside of it, and then pour some milk and put it on the windowsill, and then go.
Anything else?
Ooh, hazelnuts! No,
And that's where we'll leave it for now.
Someone has tried to kill us.
The pile of rubble that you're all standing on begins to pulse and shake.
I don't like that.
This is good, right? What you did a good thing, yes?
No.
This is
I'm not
supposed to happen.
That is a natural 20, baby. Bones pluck out of your skin.
No.
This thing is huge, and it will crush you in an instant.
Yeah.
We will lose.
You will lose.
No, I know. It's you.
Look, of course our first actual combat would be fucking weird. It's us.
Just a bit.
Sorry.
Oh God, thank you.
Just
Fantasy police. Open up. Lights out. It's past curfew.